Only a handful of tracks inspire as much adoration and nostalgia in the hearts of F1 fans as this one. This historic circuit awaits you. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds up to 215 and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, welcome back to SouthernXRacing. I'm your host, Simi Skate. Well, by my lonesome, yet again, the call has gone out. We'll just see who jumps in the commentary box. Got Blue Dog in the chat. Great to see you, mate. And you did have me going with that comment there. Yes, absolutely, they are silent but deadly. You're not wrong there, of course. Abrox, that'll be Junior, a.k.a. Mr. Liam Ramsell. And while donning the full-time colours is the Junior. Of course, unfortunately missing Tactical Genius, just could not commit to the rest of the season, could the tack, and well, Junior has taken the nod, and yeah, absolutely jumped into that Group 1 spot, of course. Yes, he's going to take a couple of weeks to get back up to speed, but looking forward to that nevertheless. Unbelievable stuff, and I'll tell you what, folks, if you were with us at the start of the stream, excuse me, the championship tables absolutely neck and neck. Of course, I'm talking from pretty much P3 right through to P7, even P8. Of course, we've got Z on 118 points. We've got Scotty on 117. We've got JC on 116, who's missing tonight. Unfortunately, we've got Fury on 113. Mr. Housey on 101. And, of course, Bender, of course, on 87. Of course, well, I tell you what, 4 of those guys in that list, they are Wonka Racing guys. And, of course, they have all played their wildcard. Excuse me, and well, the rest of the teams are still yet to play it. And of course, yes, Junior saying he's got some big shoes to fill. Well, of course, yes, just looking forward to getting the Golf Racing boys back on the scoreboard. Of course, Junior, just bring her home, get some points. And of course, yes, underway at qualifying. This is a default setup race, folks. Of course, yes, doing things a little bit differently around here, as you're well aware. Of course, if you're fans of ours, that's how we do it. And yes, the boys can choose from presets 1 through to 5, and well, whatever they can change on the MFD on track is fair game, of course. And well, the wild card, if you're not aware, of course, is a double points round. We had a double points round on the calendar last season, and we thought something different. Instead of giving them the calendar to say, all right, this is the double points round, we put it in the driver's hands, of course. And absolutely we did. And so we've given them the wild card. Wonka Racing played their wild card, scored 140 odd points on that round, and I do believe they're about 130 odd ahead at the moment. So it's pretty much neck and neck at the moment. We've got Junior out there on circuit, and of course we do have to welcome this man, Anarchy Reaper, on circuit, on a debut with us at SXR. Great to see him on circuit, of course. Well, we're not going to give too much away at the moment, but the prodigy, we're going to call him the understudy. A great guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him and seeing him race over the last little bit, and very, very good. Looking forward to seeing what he can do around here at the moment, of course, in that beautiful reserve livery that Mr. Housey did design, of course, on an outlap. I think Junior is furthest ahead. Let's just bring up some details for everybody at home. And, well, it's qualifying. We'll bring up some telemetry for everybody, and there you go. Why not? Why not? There is the Junior, and just prepping himself kind of nicely, isn't he? And to get himself well and truly underway. Short qualifying here, folks. 18 minutes, and, well, Blue Dog saying, let's go Anarchy. He's been pressed. He certainly has there, Bluey. He certainly has, and very, very good by you. And well, I'll tell you what, won't be too far ahead. Well, won't be too far in the distant future where we might see the young Anarchy just put his nose ahead of the young, well, the older Mr. Housey, and well, we'll just wait. See how that one progresses, of course. Oh, did we give it away? Oh, I think we might have. But anyway, let's just keep pushing on. We've got Junior out on circuit. First one to Blink, and he's absolutely loving that golf racing livery. He commented, oh, he's gone mega wide. And, well, the game says you can have that, son. And, well, I'm not too sure if that was a bit of a glitch or what that was, but there you go. Still a green track map. First one to set a lap, and I do believe it might be Anarchy right behind him. So we'll flick to Anarchy next. We'll just say with Junior. And there you go. There is that red track map, and it's a Scari, and we're going to see a lot of that. There is Anarchy, and going through a Scari now, and bang! He's done it as well. He's done it as well. And of course, what is happening out there? Of course, boys just got to get a banker in, and well, there you go, Mr. Fury Strat, the veteran, of course, 102, I think it is. He's 102nd Grand Prix in this format, and well, Fury just knowing he wants to get a time on the board, looking pretty good of late. He's fired up as Fury, and well, looking very, very, very good. He's crosses the line right about now to get us underway with a 1 minute 20.356, and well, there's a gaggle of cars coming behind. I'm going to miss a couple. Johnny M4 just getting himself underway. There is David. What's he got in the bank? And there you go, 123. It was 0.6 in the end. So I dare say all banker laps. Nothing to get too excited just about now. So Salmons has been one of the main improvers. As Junior in a chat, no, mate. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Junior. You'll get it. You were doing all right last season, so I'm sure it's like riding a bike, my friend. As I did touch on, a bit of a segue, Mr. Salmons, of course, Mr. Saturday Salmons, as he's known around the traps these days. So it's a 1 minute 19.579. Arguably, the last couple of Grand Prix has been one of the most improved out there, and good to see him. He needs Jaguar. They need Jaguar to fire up, folks. Of course, Jaguar team, Mr. Fury, Salmon's striker is in there as well, and I'm forgetting one more. No, it's David. It is David, of course it is David, the Group 3 champ from last season. Currently watching Batman in Monster Energy. He's having a cracking season so far, and well, currently second in that Group 3 championship, battling it out with Housey, and well, of course, Mr. Dirty Orange, as Mindy's Mella bang with a 118.6, excuse me, as well, we're currently watching Batman go through the Parabolica right about now, and let's just see what he's got in the bag. Of course, like I said, nothing to get too excited about. These are just banker laps, and he sets a 1 minute 21.993. Dirty Orange out there as well with a red track map. Unfortunate for him as he's circulating. Well, we've seen Housey. Housey's out on circuit. What is going on? What is going on? He's out on circuit with 12 minutes to go. And, well, the last couple of rounds, unheard of from this man as Dirty Orange gets himself underway yet again. A lot of boys on outlaps. Who is furthest along? I dare say it might be Brad Tay. It certainly is. So we'll stay with Brad Tay. There he is there. Of course, this man, let's just a good segue to the Brad Tay. 99th Grand Prix in this format is the Brad Tay. The next one he does will be his 100th. And, well, getting his lap underway is the Brad Tay. Former champ, of course. He's a group champ, is the Brad Tay. Previous winners, and absolutely is in the Team Renault at the moment. And, well, Brad Tay doing his thing, isn't he? Absolutely he is. First flying lap at the moment, and well, the Curva Grande is where he is at, and well, absolutely stunning that corner. Be interesting to see how this new format, this new regulation of cars that we're currently seeing in the real life stuff is going to tackle this magnificent circuit. Of course, we all know with the rubbish clipping and whatever you want to think about that, or however you think towards that, it's going to be absolutely interesting. Not many corners around this one. Of course, there are a couple of heavy braking zones, but that is about it. And well, yeah, very, very interesting. Look forward to seeing what happens, if anything happens at Monza. But nevertheless, through Ascari does Brad Tay go, and navigates that quite nicely. And on the charge down to Parabolica he goes, of course. First time run for Mr. Brad Tay. Behind him is Liam Ramsell, but I do believe, well, I'm not too sure if that's a fly. We'll quickly flick to him after Brad Tay. Brad Tay's about to set a timed run right about now, and it is a 1 minute 20.7. And, well, I think it is Liam Ramsell. There he is there. And bang, P2 with a 19.0. Not too bad for somebody who says he is washed. Whack. There goes Mr. Housley with a 1 minute 20.4 as Scotty makes an appearance out on circuit, of course. And, well, there you go. There you go. Junior starting to find his feet. And I'll tell you what, what's more surprising is his old man's not even in chat to support him. And, well, shame on Senior, really, to be honest. And, well, let's just hope he can make it towards the, well, at some point during the Grand Prix anyway, as Scotty gets his lap underway, of course. Brad Tay, P10 in the end, that was for him. Not too sure if he'd be happy with that or not. Currently middle of the pack. And, well, right behind Housey was probably where he wants to be fair. Housey's usually a good range for that mid-pack battle, isn't he? He's been there and thereabouts every Grand Prix, has Housey, and doing good things. So, well, this circuit has so many magnificent things about it, of course. That long straight, to think about towards turn one, of course. And, well, that's where a lot of drivers do get unstuck, of course. A lot of time to think about the move out on circuit, and, well, when that happens, and, well, the braking zones can get a little bit muddled sometimes, and that is the art of the concentration around here. A very, very simple circuit, very straightforward, but yes, that turn one tends to catch a lot of people out if you're not 100% focused on where you've got to hit that anchor. And well, Housey in the pit lane. I think we've come to that time in qualifying, folks, where that is that little bit of a lull. Middy's Mella out on circuit, starting another time run. So we'll just keep an eye on Middy's at the moment. Currently, he's almost taken pole on every Grand Prix so far this season. And as Junior says, the old man's probably on a school run. Don't worry, he'll be back. I'll get back to saying, however, no, you're not, mate. No, you're not. You'll be right. P2, Junior, not too shabby at all. And I'll tell you what, Verk out there as well. And, well, just 200th behind Junior, excuse me, as, well, Middy's Mallet doing his thing as he's done every Grand Prix. Bang, another purple sector, currently nearly 2/10 up on his previous best of a 1 minute 18.675. Well, I'll tell you what, Middy's is absolutely wringing the neck out of this Wonka Racing. And what is Blue Dog saying? Is there enough fuel for the next round? Well, the beautiful thing about the virtual world, Blue Dog, is there's enough fuel for all the rounds. Excuse me. As, well, Middy's Mallet does go quicker in the end with a 1 minute 18.3. Salmon's out on circuit yet again, starting another flyer as, well, Well, to be fair, let's just a bit of a segue, Bluey, and we'll just cut to that, of course. Yes, the Japanese Grand Prix in real life. Well, that is on as we speak, and well, this weekend, of course, and well, the month of April. The month of April, folks. You're a huge F1 fan. Well, it's going to be a lonesome month for you, of course. There is no racing. There is no racing in the month of April. Of course, the Bahrain and the Saudi Grand Prix both been cancelled due to, as Blue Dog would say, the lack of fuel. Currently watching Luke out on circuit. A little bit slower than his previous best, a lot slower than his previous best. As we'll flick back down to David to see what he's doing out there on the back straight. Of course, about to enter Parabolica, and he looks like he's absolutely he's harvesting. So he might be going back into the pit lane for a fresh set of boosts. We'll just wait and see, of course, folks. There's plenty of time left in this session. 6.5 minutes to be exact. And, well, there you go. David peels off, bang, into the pit lane. Brad Tay in the pit lane. The Bender out on circuit. Going through Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2 now. And a very easy corner to get wrong, but he's navigated that beautifully. I've probably left a little bit of time out there, of course. Might have been able to push a little bit harder on exit, of course. And, well, we'll just see where this one holds him. Bender purpling that middle sector. 8.5. Oh, wow, Bender 9/10 up. 9/10 up on his previous best of a 21.0. Let's just see what he's got. The Wonka Racing driver, the Group 4, who's come on leaps and bounds this season, has the Bender, must be said, and, well, enters Parabolica right about now. And let's just see what he's got. We're going to bring him across the line. Hopefully he doesn't go in the pit lane. I don't think he will. He ain't harvesting. The button is on. He crosses the line. A 1 minute 20.3. Throws himself up in a P10. Not too bad at all from the bender as 5 3/4 minutes remaining, folks, as Salmon's out there. Currently not bettering his previous best. You might see Salmon's throw this one in the pit lane. I'm not too sure. Don't count me on it, folks. Of course, there is still plenty of time on the counter. Of course, there's only setting 1 minute 20s, roughly there and thereabouts, of course. And, well, plenty of time on that timer. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. And, well, Salmon's going to set this one, go around in the pit lane, and we'll probably go and do another flyer if he chooses. But let's just see what he does. Bang, in the pit lane he goes. As, well, there you go. There you go. Z on a bit of a cool down. The Batman out there on a bit of a cool down. The Bender out there on a bit of a cool down. What's happening? Anarchy Reaper, we've missed his lap. We've absolutely missed his lap up in a P5. And there he is there with a 1 minute 19.444. Well, he had to go to all the fours, didn't he? Boo. I'm only joking. Only joking, Anarchy. Housey might be chuckling, Blue Dog might be chuckling, but nevertheless we push on as, well, P5 at the moment from the lad, looking very, very good. Liam out there at the moment, just gone through Lesmo too, currently up on his previous best. Verk has just pipped him, and, well, there you go, well, 1 minute 18.649 from the Verkster, of course, last year's champ. Let's just see what Liam's got in the tank, and, well, through Ascari he goes on the run down to Parabolica, and we're going to bring this one home, folks. I do know there is a Monster Energy out there, but we're going to stay with Liam. This looks like a competitive lap, and let's just see what he's got. He's got to beat a 1 minute 18.3. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. Is he going to set a time? He certainly is. What is it? It's a 1 minute 18.9. And, well, throws himself, or stays P3, does improve. And, well, I'll tell you what, Johnny M4, well, Johnny M4. Is this a home circuit for the M4? Excuse me, or is this a home circuit for the M4, of course? Yes, Johnny M4. the Italian background, of course, and always wants to do well here, does the M4. But here and Imola are the two circuits that he wants to be doing very well at. And, well, good on him. Absolutely stunning to see him up in P4 at the moment, and just putting some energy through that soft compound. I dare wish he'd be wishing he's driving a Ferrari red instead of a Renault at the moment. But nevertheless, P4 is the M4, and doing very, very good. Liam Ramsell, there he is there, trying to scamper back to pit lane, and hopefully he can get another lap in. He's got plenty of time to do so if he hurries up, of course. He's just got to get through nice and cleanly. Don't spin the car. And absolutely stunning. Brad Tay out there on a lap as well. And we're just about to hit the first Lesmo. Here he is now. He's just gone through the first chicane. And, well, we haven't got a reference from that first sector, but we definitely will get one for the second one. And, well, there you go. Brad Tay on his 99th Grand Prix. Well, the tracker said you can have that one, son. And, well, there you go. Brad Tay. Let's just see where he's at the end of this second sector compared to his previous best. And bang, no, he is slower. So we'll go up to Batman. Batman on the run down to Parabolica, of course, and let's just see what he's got. Of course, wanting to improve on a 1 minute 20.087. Currently P10 is the Batman. Not too bad, but he wanted to do better than that. And let's just see what he's got. I'm not too sure if this is going to be quicker. He's currently harvesting, and bang, in at the pit lane. There you go. He certainly is. What is going on? There is 2 minutes out there. There is 2 minutes left out there. There's guys in the pit lane. Look at that timing screen. Oh, Middies has made an appearance. Berg has made an appearance. Salmons is out there. Fury's out there. Housey's out there. Jazz is out there. And, of course, Dirty Orange. The rest in the pit lane, folks. There is 1 3/4 minutes remaining. Currently watching Johnny M4 beating his previous best at the first sector. There you go. Nearly half a tenth up on his previous best is the M4. Doing very, very good. So we're going to stay with this man, of course, and as I did touch on, wants to do well here. He always sends me a bit of a message. Oh, he was flirting with track limits. Flirting with track limits was the M4. And well, I'll tell you what, he always sends me a message prior to this one saying that he is ready. He's absolutely ready. I didn't get no message, and bang! Oh, red track map, and there you go. Maybe the no message and a red track map from Johnny M4. Salmon's currently up on his previous best by 10th at the end of the first sector. Doing very well is the Salmons, one of the most improved of late of the last couple of Grand Prix, it must be said. And Mr. Qualifying, as he reckons he is, they're currently sitting at P6 on a 1 minute 19.579. Just gone through the second Lesmo now. He's got the rear wing wide open all the way down to the end of the second sector. What's he got? Is it better? Is it going to be better than his previous best? Bang! Oh, he's level pegging. It's saw 500s. He's just got to get through Ascari cleanly. You can make or lose so much time through that part of the circuit. Salmon's flirting with track limits, sprinting down to the run to the Parabolica. What's he got? What has he got? He wants to beat a 1 minute 19.5. Can he put himself in the front row? Can he do it? What Salmon's got? The Group 2 Team Jaguar motorsport driver. Oh, and he's done it to me. Bang, in the pit lane. In the pit lane goes the Salmons. Verk out on circuit. Well, there you go. There you go. You can see for yourself, currently half a tenth up on his previous best. What is Mitty's doing? Going through the second sector now, and he is not improving. What is Anarchy doing in the pit lane? Johnny M4 just making his way back to the pit lane. Liam starting a lap. There you go. Absolutely brilliant. Finishing a lap, excuse me. Verk has gone red. Verk has gone red. And there you go. No time remaining. Middies is not going to improve, I dare say. Might see him throw this one in the pit lane. Yes, you certainly will. As, well, Johnny M4 making his way back to the pit lane. Luke out there at the moment on a lap, almost level pegging with his previous best. He's got a couple of Jaguars ahead of him. I dare say that would be Fury. Luke getting well and truly out of the way. We've got yellow track map. That is for Luke getting out of the way, of course, out of the guys on laps. And I dare say that was Dirty Orange, who is on a bit of a push behind him. It certainly was. But we'll stay with Fury, of course. Currently down in a 14th. And not where he wants to be. Not where Fury wants to be. As Dean Dulcie. Dulcie, where you been? Oh, dearie me, Dulcie. Oh my God, the Season 1 champ, Dulce, has joined us in chat, and here comes Fury, bang! Oh, what's he got? A P8 from the Fury, a 1 minute 19.719. Of course, let's not forget, folks, default setup round. Z goes P5. Wow, what a lap from the Z. And, well, there you go, folks, there you go. But as I did say, Dulcie in chat. Fantastic. And of course, the Season 1 SXR champ, excuse me, as Middies Mellor takes pole yet again. I tell you what, he's racking these ones up, and I tell you what, Middies, this is for you, my friend.
Yes, it's pole position. Yes.
Fantastic, Middies. Another pole yet again. Just keeps clocking them up, doesn't he? And converting them into race wins as well. And, well, there you go. Senior in the chat. Oh, Senior in the chat as well. I missed it. And, well, there you go. Well, I can't read that one out. And, well, there you go. Now that your son's on the grid there, Senior, I tell you what, mate, it doesn't hurt to put the hand in the pocket, subscribe. I mean, you've got a reason to now. My friend. And well, I hope you can hear me with these ads playing. I'm not too sure if he can. When he starts typing again, I'll repeat myself, folks, for everyone playing at home. But nevertheless, it looks overcast. Here at Monza, of course. Yes, the Temple of Speed. The Temple of Speed around here, folks. The highest average speeds around this magnificent circuit. And, well, I'll tell you what, folks, this is one on the bucket list. If you haven't been, or if you have been, write in the chat. If you haven't been, it is definitely one to go to, I think. And, of course, for our part of the world, it's a little bit far away. But, yeah, the closest ones for us would be Singapore, of course, China, and Japan. They are the ones for our part of the world, and out of those three, Singapore and Japan would be a handy one. I do know that the Blue Dog has been to Singapore, and he said it was fantastic when he went there and absolutely loved it. And, well. So, yeah, it's definitely on the bucket list as well. So, a couple of Grand Prix to go to eventually. Maybe when the spec changes back to... Let's not go there. As we wait for the drivers to adjust their setups. Well, the tyre pressure's all... I don't think you can. I think you can. Parc Fermé is on a default setup round. They're allowed to adjust whatever is on their MFD display. We'll get rid of that. We'll bring up some menus to see what everybody is using. Excuse me. And there you go, folks. Middies Mella, pole position on the medium. Excuse me. And, well, there you go. Blue Dog just confirming, yep, absolutely. Danny Rick finished second or third, but still awesome experience. Yeah, absolutely. I remember you telling me about it, Bluey. I think I remember you telling me about it when you were on my rig around the streets of Singapore. But nevertheless, good times, Bluey, Covert Corner and all that stuff. But nevertheless, Middies Mella on the medium. We've got Burke out there on the hard compound, of course, wanting to chase down the middies. Liam Ramsell, excuse me, on debut as a full-time driver, P3. Very good from Junior. Johnny M4 up there as well and loves MONZA as the M4, P4. And let's just see what he can do in race trim. We'll flick down to Z. And there is the Z as well in P5, doing a fantastic job. Has done all season, has the Z. And, well, I'll tell you what, leading that Group 2. Aniki Reaper on debut in that reserve livery. Yes, designed by the Housey. P6 from that man. Has opted to start on the softs. Thinking outside the box is the Aniki. And let's just see what damage he can do at the start of this Grand Prix. Of course, he's going to be rapid, but those softs ain't going to last too long. Of course, yes, there is Salmons on the medium. And looking for a good race start is the Salmons. A good Grand Prix as he has the last couple. Lukey Boy in P8. Fury in P9, of course, and Scotty in P10. And, well, there you go. I'll tell you what, the two Renault boys out of sorts with Johnny M4 up there. It's just swung around this Grand Prix for some reason. But Dirty Orange in P11. He's just must have had a great lap towards the end of that qualifying session to throw himself off the bottom of that list. Up into P11. Very, very good. P12 from the Batman on the hard compound. David on at the hard compound as well. 13th. Housey has gone the soft. Woof, a soft compound. Well, we rarely see that from the Housey. P14, P15th, the Brad Tay on the medium, of course. Bender on the hard, 16th, and of course, Jazz Blue Cat on the soft compound. Get rid of that. We'll go to the position changes so we can see what is happening out there as we wait for these 5 red lights. 3 lights, 4 lights. We've got 5 red lights, folks. Oh, they're holding the lights around and we go. Was that a clean start? It looked like a clean start. Why am I at the back of the field? Let's go to the front. Deary me. Deary me. They've all got to get through turn 1 unscathed. This is going to be a test. Absolute test on a default setup round. And so far, so good. Let's just look towards the back. And they've got through very, very good. All these boys are good at what they do. And there you go. Let's just go back to tyre. We'll bring up all this data for everybody at home. And there you go, absolutely. There it is, folks. I almost lost my way there. But Johnny M4 down 1 position. Go to these position changes, and there it is there. Up 1 again. So as you were for the top 5, Lukey Boy up 2, Scotty up 3. So those 2 Renaults have followed themselves through, and have a look at that. They've come alive at the start of the Grand Prix. 4th, 6th, and 7th, if you don't mind. Fury in 8th, of course. Salmons in 9th, down 2 spots. Dirty Orange, great start, exactly what the doctor ordered. Up 1 into P10. Batman in 11th, up 1 as well. Anarchy down 6. Not too sure what happened to Anarchy, but he's down 6. David there in 13th. Housey in 14th, where he started. Bender up 1 in 15th. Brad Tay down 1, and Jazz Blue Cat, where he started, just hanging on to the back of Brad Tay. As they enter the Parabolica for the first time. First time, and well, senior saying to Lockie, of course, yes, aren't you meant to be racing? Well, yeah, well, that's a good question, senior. That's a very good question, as I fear that Lockie might have just disappeared briefly, but nevertheless, excuse me, as Liam on the inside of Verk. And is he going to get the job done? Oh, he's a bit squirmish. He's mega squirmish. And, well, nearly a wheel bang, a mega wheel bang. And I'll tell you what, Verk is going to get this job done. Liam relinquishes his position. And there you go. Verk lives to fight another day. That was close from Junior as Verk settles into P2. But I'll tell you what, that little bit of a battle there has just given Middies out of that DRS zone, hasn't it? And, well, Verk doing his absolute darndest to get back in. Have a look at Johnny M4, fire back up. We'll pick up the tyres for everybody at home. And there they are there. And Johnny M4 and Verk looking very, very, very good. Starting on the hard compound. They're keeping up with these medium guys. And that's exactly what they want to do. I tell you what, folks, tyre wear around here. I have watched a few races around here of late. And okay, I tell you, you can do it to a two-stopper or a one-stopper. It depends on how good you are on the tyre life, of course. There is the Fury in P80 looking to have a move. Is he? Of course, his old nemesis, his old sparring partner, Mr. Scotty. And Scotty in P7 just holding his own at the moment. They know DRS is absolutely important as Middies goes quickest yet again with a 122.299. Very, very good from the Middies as Batman is having another good look at Orange. Is he going to make a move? He certainly is. Under braking down into turn one. Orange not giving an inch. Batman gets it stopped in time and bang, Batman up in a P10. What a move from the Batman as we'll flick up to Z because Z and Luke and Z and Luke, Z and Johnny, bang! And John, I tell you what, Z has fired up big time back into P4 and lights up that purple sector if you don't mind, folks, as we'll flip back down because Dirty Orange and Batman still doing battle. Excuse me, folks. Yes, Dirty Orange doing battle with Salmon still. And, well, Salmon has just stretched his legs a little bit. We'll flip back up to Johnny M4 because he's hanging on to the back of Z as, well, there you go. Yeah, I had to clear my, yeah, exactly, Senior. I had to clear my throat, mate, and I needed a drink of water. It was a hectic first few laps there. And, well, let's have a look. Johnny M4 looking for a move on the Z. Is he going to make it stick on the inside of Parabolica? Well, I'll tell you what, the M4 is fired up. Have a look at him. P5 putting all sorts of pressure on the Z. And, well, the lead Renault car. Have a look at him go. Have a look at him go. The M4 bang up into P4. And, well, there you go. Very, very good. And... No, mate, no. Always water, Senior. As, oh, there you go. 10 seconds for M4. That's going to deflate him. He's giving the position back because that is the right thing to do. But awesome stuff from the M4. Bad luck, mate. Bad luck. There's, well, there you go. It looks like he's going to get it back. Is he not? No, he's not. No, he's Johnny M4. He's still fighting, of course, and rightly so. Why wouldn't you? Lukey boy just having a good look to see what's happening in front of him. And probably thinking to himself, Jesus, I don't want to get too involved in this. It looks hectic, but I tell you what, Z is wearing all the pressure. He's got two Renaults behind him. He's got a Renault in front of him. And I tell you what, the soul monster in between that yellow car, I tell you what, very, very good from the Z. We'll flick down to Batman because Batman and Dirty Orange are still doing battle as Fury gets a little bit excited towards the back end of Scotty. We're going to flick up to the top. Lukey boy making a move into Parabolica. I tell you what, around the outside. Z's not done yet, but Lukey boy makes it stick. He certainly does. Great move from Luke. Up into P5. And, well, he can start setting his sights on M4, but this ain't done. Bit of a DRS train. And have a look at Scotty, have a look at Johnny, and there you go, a change for the lead. Is there a change for the lead? There certainly is. Verk and Middies and Verk. This is a great battle. As, well, Liam right behind as well. And he's got a great view of this one. As we'll flick down towards the back. What has happened? As, well, Scotty in P6, M4, P5. Of course, Luke into P4 after all that. They've swapped again. And, well, Luke can start hunting down Liam. And of course, well, if he's quick enough, he'll catch him, of course. And, well, there you go. Absolutely brilliant. As we flip back down to David, because David has just started to catch the back of these guys here ahead of him. Batman and Dirty Orange have been doing battle the last few laps here. And absolutely brilliant. That is the wrong Ramsell. Lockie's going, Ramsell is driving and texting at the same time. That's the wrong one. That's his dad you're talking to. But nevertheless, we push on. There you go. So we missed it. We absolutely missed it. C's down in P14. C's down in P14. Well, we absolutely missed it. I do apologise, folks. But there you go. Z in 14th, right behind Bender. So not too sure if it was the pass from Luke, Johnny or Scotty, whatever happened there. But of course, another change for the lead. Verk and Mitty still doing battle. And there you go there. Into turn one. Verk's got it. Verk has got it. Verk takes the lead. Verk will be punching the air after that one. He takes the lead of the Grand Prix and he can set his... as Senior confirms how good of a driver he is. No, he hasn't touched the game in a while, has Senior, but he was good. He was all right. He was a consistent driver, but very, very, very good by you, Senior, mate. Very good, mate. Anyway, nevertheless, we push on. Verk stretching his legs up the front, and have a look at him go. The hard compound really started to fire up. The medium starting to struggle of late. Look at Verk just starting to get Middies. Not too sure if Middies is doing a bit of a charge, but have a look at Liam as well. There and thereabouts. The top three all in a league of their own. There is Luke. He's just drifting further and further back. I dare say as this Grand Prix goes on, Luke and Johnny will start to close their way back up to their that top three. And well, I'll tell you what, Scotty and Fury, this battle's going to come alive very, very soon. Of course, we've got Fury and Salmons working brilliantly as a team. And well, there you go. Don't remind. Oh, Blue Dog, you're killing me. Sorry, folks. I do apologise. And we're going to tell the story on air. Why not? We're at Monza, and it was in Italy, and it was hilarious. Of course, yes, back in the day, Formula 4 days, I used to commentate on the UK, and well, there you go. Senior was working in Italy, and well, I'll tell you what, folks, he was doing very well, but come towards the middle, towards the end of the race, you know, run out of steam a little bit. And I messaged him and he's like, man, my neck is so sore. I'm like, why is your neck so sore? And he goes, because I'm overseas in Italy on work in a hotel room and the TV is bolted to the ceiling. He built himself a standing pad out of couch cushions. Oh, it still kills me to this day, Senior. It's hilarious. We have a good laugh about it. As well, there you go. A bit of a sidetrack. I do apologise, viewers. But there you go. We're on lap 7 of 27 as Johnny M4 gets by Luke. And I tell you what, Johnny M4 doing a mammoth job this Grand Prix. And just a shame he's got that 10-second penalty. Not too sure how he got that from corner cutting, but well, there you go. It must have been through turn 1. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, that was absolutely funny. Good segue there, Bluey. Good segue, mate, because that was hilarious. As we'll flick down to Z, who's slowly making his way back up to the front. P12 at the moment. He's got David for company, who's got Dirty Orange for company. Of course, yes, Z making his way by Bender. As Scotty says, enough of that medium compound. So there you go. We're seeing a few boys getting rid of that medium. As who is this? This is Z and David. Z around the outside. It is not going to work. David on that hard compound, and he'll just make that corner almost impossible for Z to make that overtake. Just got to make it stick through here, and he should be good for the next little bit. Of course, as the mediums start to die, the hards come into their own, don't they, of course? And, well, the mediums, I know, are good for about 10 to 12 laps around here. Currently on lap 8 of 27 as, well, Z bang past David yet again. And that is 8th position. So Z looking to put in the big boy laps now. He's got to get a move on. And David a little bit squirmish. Oh, there you go. Absolutely was. Lesmo won now. And Bender senses blood. This mid-pack battle is absolutely stunning. Has been all season. If you've been with us, the mid-pack battle has been phenomenal, as well as the front. The front has been pretty good too. So looking forward to seeing how this one folds out. Excuse me, folks, as I just get a drink of water as Salmon's behind Fury. Fury doing a great job. P5, very, very good. Just got a track limit penalty, I do believe. Let's have a look at that. It certainly is. 3 seconds to his name, 10 seconds to the M4, and Salmon's looks real racy to get the move by under DRS. He certainly is, and well, there you go. There comes the Batman. Batman through under brake. He's going to make it 2. He's going to slow it up. Oh, tell you what, did they touch? It must have been close as Batman just gets it stopped in time, slots himself himself in a P6 and splits those two Jaguars and says, no, you don't, Fury. I'm slotting in between and I'm going to take Salmons as well. What can the Batman do, of course? Yes, on 8-lap-old hards versus 8-lap-old mediums. I dare say he's going to make this one stick and stick very soon. What's happening towards the back, of course? Yes, a lot of pit stops. Brad Tay coming out of the pit lane on that hard compound. Doing a phenomenal job is the Brad Tay, of course. His race will come to him as this one gets on very, very good. As Verk starting to stretch his lead over middies. 1.8 seconds now, if you don't mind, on lap 9 of 27. So Verk absolutely loving this in familiar territory, right where he likes to be up the top. And, well, Middy's giving chase the best as he can. What is going on here? Salmon's up into P5. The Batman P6, Fury P7, very much as you were. As, well, Z has fought back, and have a look at him. Fight back and fight back big time. P8 at the moment. And you can see the guys ahead of him. He absolutely can. As he goes around Parabolica, he will see them around the corner. Excuse me, there you go, folks. And there they are, just ahead of him. So, well, Z has had to fight back tooth and nail to get back to where he was, and fantastic stuff as the Batman gets by Salmons, and Batman is fired up as well, P5 as well. Very, very good from him. 4.4 seconds adrift of Johnny M4 as Bender gets by David. Very good into turn 1. So I'll tell you what, Bender firing up as well. Excuse me. Apologise, folks. I'm having mega troubles with my throat this evening, but nevertheless, we will push on, doing the best I can, but all good. David is still behind Bender as he just got by, did the Benders. We'll flick back up because Fury and Salmons, wrong place to get real close was Lesmo too. Can Fury get by? It will be DRS assisted. Salmon's got it, Fury's got it, and I dare say Fury will have it into Ascari. He certainly will, and he can set his eyes on the Batman. Fantastic from the Batman. He's doing a fantastic job, as well as M4, to be honest with you. These two Group 3 boys, fantastic. 4th and 5th, respectively, as, well, Fury can start setting his sights on the Batman. Have a look at him start to close up. Have a look at him catch real quickly, as he just got by, the Z, and we're going to see a change for the leaders. Verk boxes, and Johnny M4 sits safe. Excuse me, folks. My throat is killing me, Bluey, and I don't know why. It's just, yeah, it just happened about 4 or 5 laps ago. And, well, there you go. We push on, mate. We push on. The things we do. But David up in a P7. Fantastic, as the list starts to sort itself out. First half of the field, first round of pit stops complete. Of course, you can see who's who in the zoo. And the guys yet to stop. David, of course. Bender, Z, Fury, Batman, and the M4. Of course, Verk did stop. He was the first to stop, and there he is there in P6. I tell you what, where is the middies? I tell you what, he's got a lot of work to do. Liam stopped a little bit early, tried to do the undercut and has done so. Just got by David now, and he can really start to set his sights on Verk as they're trying to start to gap middies here, folks. This is a really critical point of the Grand Prix for Verk and for Liam as Verk gets by old Footy Bender. And, well, the lead car, of course, once these guys stop, effectively P1 is the Verk as, well, yeah, could be, Bluey, an absolute shocker last couple of days down here in the in Victoria. A massive, massive cold snap. And I hope I'm not coming down with something, but we will push on. We will push on, mate, as Mitty Smeller finds himself in P9 at the moment, out of the pit lane with a little bit of work to do. Johnny M4 in the pit lane as well. Mr. Fury Strat in P2. And, well, starting to chase and close in on the Batman. These two guys, of course, yes, doing a phenomenal job at this Grand Prix, and, well, they might have just set themselves a target, of course. They've helped each other work their way through this field, and, well, they are the only, well, 3 out there yet to stop. Of course, I speak of the Bender as well, but, this Monster Energy and Jaguar just seems to have just latched onto each other, haven't they? And are just putting in these big laps at the moment. Of course, they want to be careful. Of course, the undercut around here is huge, but if you're good on your tyres, you can do a one-stopper. And, well, there you go. The medium is good for 10 to 12 laps around here at best. At optimum, you're probably going to get about 8 to 10 laps. And so I dare say these guys know it, and they're just trying to eke out this strat as much as they possibly can. of course, as Mitty Smeller gets by his teammate, and I dare say that was strategy. It certainly was team orders, as Bender gets well and truly out of the way of his Group 1 compatriot, as Mitty Smeller slots into P5. Fantastic from him, as he can really start to set his sights on the Lukey boy, on Liam. Lukey boy getting by Scotty, and that is 7th and 8th respectively, of course. These Renault boys are starting to fire up yet again, of course, and well, where is the M4? Finds himself in 15th. I did have that 10-second time penalty, and he did serve that in the pit lane, folks. So there you go. Verk sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 121.992, if you don't mind, as we'll flick up to the top, because there he is there in P3, and he's having a good look. He's having a real good look at Fury, and who has yet to stop, of course. Batman yet to stop, and there you go. That is the fresh compound. Bang, straight by Fury, and Batman, you're next. I don't think they want to lose time behind him. They certainly don't, as they let him go by, and well, that is team orders. Batman will try to slot in nicely, and he certainly does. Trying to be the ultimate wingman. Fury sensing blood, but he can't get it done. Absolutely stunning job there by the Batman and the Verk. And of course, very, very good. Very, very good from those two. As we'll flick down to Brad Tay and Housey, because it looks like this is firing up. Where is Anarchy Reaper? There he is there on debut. He's got Dirty Orange for company, and doing a great job. Solid job in P9 at the moment. And let's just see how his race gets on towards the end of this one, as we'll flick down to Brad Tay and Housey. Battle resumed. These two boys, well, I tell you what, good friends, and well, not too sure who's going to come out on top of this one. Brad Tay with 3 laps of tyre life in his back pocket, and let's just see if he can make this one work towards the end of his stint. Do apologise, folks. Just got a drink of water as we've seen the change for position on circuit. What's going on here? Liam Ramsell and Batman. What happened here? Absolutely brilliant. What's going on? Liam Ramsell and Fury. And well, there you go. Fury slots into P3. Liam up into P2. And well, there you go. Where is the middies? There he is there. And this is a battle for the top 3. I'll tell you what, Fury's right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of it, and of course this is all for track position. Even though Fury has not stopped, he does not have to relinquish. Of course, this is all battle on circuit. As we welcome Wab Stappen to the channel. Yes, Wabby, how are you, mate? Morning, afternoon, evening, guys. Good morning to you, Wab Stappen. And well, great to see you out on chat, in chat as well. I do apologise for my voice. It is starting to really play funny buggers on me. But nevertheless, push through this one. As Mitty Smeller putting all sorts of pressure on Fury. We've got a great aerial shot of this. What's Mitty's got? What has he got? He's going to have to be careful, because he's got Batman sneaking right up. Have a look at Batman. Batman's coming, he's coming, but he's just too far back. As, well, Mitty's slots in. This will be a DRS all before the line. Absolutely before the line. And there you go. Mitty's slots in the P3. He will have DRS, and absolutely stunning from him. Absolutely stunning from him. Oh, no, he won't. No, he won't. He didn't get it. Oh, he did it before the line. He did it before the detection zone. And there you go. Well, he has enough to hold P3 anyway, as the Batman gets turn 1 wrong. And, well, there you go. Just had to relinquish a little bit, and that has let Middies and Fury go. There you go. And I'll tell you what, he's put himself under pressure. Excuse me, under pressure from Lukey Boy, who is in P6 at the moment. And you can see P5 just ahead of him. There's P4. You can almost sense a podium. Can the Lukey Boy? Excuse me, folks. I need another swim. Okay, folks, we are back. Lap 15 of 27. tell you what, this one's gone by pretty bloody quickly if you ask me. As I did touch on, I do apologise for my voice. Nothing I can do about it at the moment. It is killing me, but as I said, we push on. We are watching Luke and Batman P5 and P6 at the moment. Luke's gone real wide. Is Batman going in the pit lane? It looks like he is. No, he's not. And there you go. Great move there from the Lukey boy. That is just 5-lap old hards versus 15-lap old hards. And around the outside, like he wasn't even there. Fantastic move as we'll flick back down to Z because he finds himself behind Dirty Orange yet again. And albeit for 8th and 9th, lap 16 of 27. Battle resumed with Scotty. I do apologise yet again, boys and girls out there. I am absolute. The voice is struggling. Of course, yes, Batman and Scotty doing battle. 5th and 6th, respectively, of course. Scotty looking to make a move at the moment. Just going through a scurry, nowhere to make a move. But I'll tell you what, he's lining him up, and he's lining him up big time. Batman under the pump. He certainly is. And here comes Scotty down the back straight. Is he going to get it done before Parabolica? You wouldn't want to because there is a detection zone around the corner. And, well, Batman knows this. Look at that. Did he just lift ever so slightly? Or unless he's going in the pit lane because there's the detection zone. And of course, where is Batman? He peeled off in the pit lane. There you go, he certainly did. And well, lives to fight another day. Anarchy Reaper in P8 has come alive towards the end of this Grand Prix. 10-lap old hards in P7. Looking at the back of Z at the moment. Is he going to get it done? Just a little bit too far back for the turn 1 under braking. But there you go. We'll have to slot in. He has got Dirty Orange right behind him. And, well, Dirty Orange having a great Grand Prix yet again is the Orange man. Salmon's doing very, very well as well in P9. There he, excuse me, there he is there, the lead of that group just behind him. As we'll flick back up to the top because we haven't given this man much airtime. Verk leading the bunch. And, well, Middy's Malla just got by Liam Ramsar. We did miss that, but there he is there. Middy's in P2. Currently leading this one is the Verkstar by 9.6 seconds. Liam in P3. 1.2 seconds adrift from the middies. There he is there. Doing a fantastic job is the Liam. Lukey Boy's come alive and he's starting to eat into that gap a little bit. And let's see what Lukey Boy can do, of course, on a 6-lap old hards compared to, compared to Liam's 9-lap old hard compounds, of course. And there is Scotty. A bit of a lonesome race for the Scotty, of course, in P5. But he'd be happy with that, I think. Very consistent from the Scotty as of usual. Yes, single-digit laps remaining as Junior puts this one in the pit lane. Oh, I'll tell you what, what's he doing? What's he doing? Not thinking that hard compound can go to the end. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it would have been touch and go, wouldn't it? It would have been touch and go. I dare say he's going to throw on a set of mediums into the pit lane. Goes Anarchy Reaper as well, thinking very much the same. We are seeing a lot of pit lane action. The two stoppers have come into place. And, well, there you go. Senior saying, damn, what did I miss? Liam, Middy's 10 seconds behind. Well, there you go. Yeah, Middy's 10 seconds behind. Liam just stopped for his second pit stop. Come out in P10. And he's thrown another set of hard compounds on. Dearie me. Not too sure if that was a bit of a Jeff moment or a Mark moment, excuse me, or not. Not too sure what is happening there. Brad Tay in P9 having a good look at Housey. I told you these guys will be doing battle all Grand Prix, and they certainly are. 8th and 9th respectively. Housey, a bit of a lonesome race, but he's just gone, well, who was that? That was Liam getting it all wrong. And well, has to slot in behind the guys battling ahead of him. And that's the thing. That's the thing. He's just got to cool his jets. He's come out in traffic and these guys aren't going to give him the track. Of course, he has to get by on sheer pace alone. And well, there you go. Just gets by Brad Tay. He's got to make his way by Housey now. And that's the problem you run into on the two-stopper. He throws you out of sync that badly. And if you're in traffic, of course, it is going to cost you lap time, big time, as, well, Verk throws it in the pit lane. He's throwing on a set of mediums. And I'll tell you what, he's giving himself a little bit of a job to do. 5-6 seconds to chase Luke at the moment. So, very interesting. Excuse me, folks. My voice is about to go. Fury looking to get the job done by Brad Tay. Amber Nectar time. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know what it is, mate. But I'm trying to hopefully make it the next 8 laps, mate. It is not looking too good. We might not be doing driver interviews after this one, mate. I am absolutely struggling. I do apologise, folks. As you can probably hear, it's not good. It's not good. But nevertheless, not much I can do about it. Bender in P11. There he is there, having a good look. I'll tell you what is going on? Scotty there as well in a lot of guys have boxed. Let's just have a look to see who has boxed. It is the Fergster, of course, Liam Ramsell, Mr. Fury Strat, and Scotty of the front runners. Anarchy has boxed as well. Bender and the Batman, of course. Yes, have a look at the bottom lot. They've all boxed as well. So I apologise, I did miss that while I was trying to look after my voice here, folks. But there you go. Scotty makes the move, absolutely makes the move on David. And Anarchy Reapers, that's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 1 minute 21.042. Tell you what, not too bad at all from the fella, of course, on debut at the moment. Going through turns 1 and 2 is the lad, of course, donning the reserve livery. And that's what we're doing, senior. That is what we are doing, mate. But nevertheless, very good from you. Very good from you. As Junior gets by Salmons up into P5. As we'll flick back down to Scotty because that was looking interesting. Scotty in P9, having a good look at his teammate. I dare say his teammate will give him the spot. Of course, Brad Tate on 11 lap old hards. He must be struggling a little bit. There is 6 laps remaining and Vert goes, no you don't, my young fella. Bang! 1 minute 20.805. Sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I tell you what, he's got a mega task to catch Middies. 9.8 seconds. And, 6 seconds remaining of 6 laps remaining. Of course, there is the Middies. And only doing the one stop. And, there you go. That might have saved him in the end. Absolutely saved him in the end for the Middies. Anything can happen. Of course, yes, there is 6 laps remaining, folks. 6 laps remaining. As the Middies has a 9-second lead. And just have a look at Verk eat into it. 8.7, 8.6, 8.8. Have a look at it. As, Middies approaches traffic. Z in P3. Very good from the Z. I'll tell you what, if he holds that P3, he'd be punching the air. And he wouldn't mind it too. He's got guys behind him that are all on penalties. So I'll tell you what, I think, to be fair with you folks at home, I think the top 3 is absolutely sewn up. They've just got to make it to the checkered flag. The real battle here is, of course, Liam and, Salmons. There he is there. Let's just have a look at the time penalties for everybody at home. And, there they are there. All the 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Orange with 3 and M4, unfortunately, with 6. It was looking so good at the start of the Grand Prix. Finds himself all the way down in 15th after having to serve that 10-second time go penalty. Yes, for cutting that corner. Turn 1 it was. And the game absolutely slapped him. Certainly did, as Luke looks to make a move here. He's getting real racy behind Fury. He's on the fresh medium. And I dare say Lukey Boy is going to get this job done. He certainly is. The Renos are lining up. The Renos are absolutely lining up. Have a look at this, working as a team. And that's exactly what we like to see here. As, there you go. Luke gets the job done. Scotty follows him through. And Fury loses 2 spots in the start-finish straight, folks. Start-finish straight. Unbelievable. And, I'll tell you what, he'll have his turn next time around, of course, as, Luke finds himself out of DRS. Fury will find himself in it, and so will Scotty. The next time around, it might be a bit of a role reversal, as we'll flick back up to the top, because what has gone on here? 7.2 seconds now, as Verk starts to turn the burners on. But is it too little too late? I think it might be. I think it just might be. As, Scotty and Luke, I wonder if this is just going to be a formation finish. Scotty being the Group 1, Lukey Boy being the Group 2. But I tell you what, they're very similar paced, aren't they? As they go through Lesmo 2. Absolutely brilliant this Grand Prix, as Liam cops another time penalty. And I tell you what, folks, that's going to hurt. That's just opened up the door for Luke. If he gets the job done by Salmons, I'll tell you what, I fancy his chances to cut into to that time of that 3 seconds. And, well, there you go. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it is now 6 seconds from Junior as we'll go to the leader. The gaps to the leader. There you go, folks. As Verk now drops it under the 7 seconds. But I just think it's too little too late. 4 laps remaining, folks. 4 laps remaining. And this could be a bit of a formation finish here, folks, as we are currently looking at Scotty at the back of Luke. And, oh, dearie boy, that's excuse me, that was a lap car. And might have been Jazz just getting out of the way of the leaders. Fantastic from you, Jazz. There is the Salmons in P5. Solid Grand Prix is the Salmons. As I did touch on early doors, the guy has fired up the last few Grand Prix. And it is great to see him back, and back with a bang. And it's exactly what Team Jaguar would need, of course. And well, they need all their drivers firing. David in 15th at the moment. Fury in 8th at the moment. So they're missing one. So unfortunately, Striker not with us tonight. There is the Scotty still behind Luke. And I think, as I said, formation finishes. We'll flick down to the back because Housey and Johnny M4, I tell you what, these two are going to do battle yet again. There is Housey, there is M4, and I tell you what, M4 with 6 seconds to his name. Housey would know this. I dare say Housey would want to get the job done out on circuit as the Batman and Brad Tay. Oh, this is getting real close too. P9 and P10 respectively. And well, doing their thing is the Batman. I tell you what, he's come up and down through the field a few times as the Batman. Done a stunning job, has this guy all Grand Prix, and just unfortunate at the moment, but P10 is where he sits, and well, he'd probably be happy with that considering as Scotty finds himself in P7. What has happened? What has happened? Salmons has gone, no you don't, Scotty, bang, I'll take it back, and he certainly did, and Salmons throws himself up into P6, Scotty's in P7, Fury stays P8, and there you go, Batman finally gets his way by, of course, Mr. Brad Tay, who slots into P10, Aniki 8 seconds off that top 10 group, and just a little bit of a lonesome race for the guy on debut. Fantastic to see, and doing a great job out there on circuit. Dirty Orange, same thing again, a bit of a lonesome race for him. He's done his job though. He's managed to stay well and truly ahead of Johnny M4, and he's just got to keep it there for the next 2.5 laps, of course. M4, well, I'll tell you what, he had a great start to this Grand Prix, and just unfortunate he did get that time penalty for corner cutting, and whack, 10 seconds is going to hurt anyone as we see a move. Scotty yet again passing Salmons, and well, there you go, through Ascari Scotty goes, and let's just see if he can hang on to the back of his teammate, because his teammate is starting to stretch his legs. What is going on here? What is going on here? Liam Ramsell and the Z, and well, there you go, Junior with 6 seconds, and Z finds himself up into that podium position. Fantastic. I did say Z was coming alive towards the end of this one. He certainly has, as Johnny M4 has left the session. Excuse me, folks. There you go, M4, 2 more invites for you two. Of course, you want to hurry up and get yourself back in your car. You will lose positions regardless. And, well, there you go, in 14th. There he is there. Is he back in? No, he is not. Hopefully, this is a good place to get back in the car. But I'm not too sure if he's even back in the lobby. Brad Tay in P10, his teammate. And having a look at the Batman, who's just got ahead of him. And in P9 is the Batman. So doing a great job. Verk has done his absolute darndest to fight back, and 4.9 seconds now, but as I did touch on, just a little too late as Junior does get the job done on circuit. But there you go. Oh, Z with a two. Oh, Z want to be careful now. Oh, Junior's got 6. Excuse me. Z has got 3. And, well, I'll tell you what, folks, this is going to be tooth and nail. Z will want to just hang on to that and just stay within the 3 seconds of Junior. And he's got it sewn up. Junior is pushing like crazy. And, well, where is Middies? There he is there on the penultimate lap is the Middies Malla, the leader of the Grand Prix. And I'll tell you what a Grand Prix so far. Swings and roundabouts. Verk let it. Middies let it. Middies let it. Verk let it. Now Middies leads it. And 5.1 seconds. And I think Verk, that medium tyre has just been spent. It certainly has, as Johnny M4 gets himself back in the lobby. Hopefully he jumps in his car, otherwise he is falling like a stone, just losing bucket loads of time as, well, there you go, it is in P1. There is the Verk. There is Liam, and of course Z at the moment, P3, a net P3 from the Z, and that is fantastic to see. Excuse me, folks. Well, the closest battle on circuit is between the two Renaults, between Luke and Scotty at the moment. 7/10 of a second. We'll flick down to the Batman and the Fury because this is another close one. And, well, that is, excuse me, Sam is just getting by the lapped car. But there you go. Excuse me, Fury just getting by the lapped car. And have a look at Batman. Set his sights on the Fury. And we are on the last lap. These boys are approaching the last lap. The leader has started the last lap. Going through, there he is there, through Sector 1. And approaching the Lesmos as we speak. There is the Verk. And, well, this one has gone by pretty bloody quickly. Scotty just looking to sit there, isn't he? But yellow flags in Sector 2. What has happened? As I'll flick back around, and it might be M4. It certainly is. He's just had a bit of a meal of it towards the end of this Grand Prix. As, well, we'll bring these boys to the checkered flags. I do apologise yet again for my voice, folks. It is absolutely disappearing on me. But nevertheless, there is the battle. The battle on circuit. The one to watch is this one. Unfortunately, it's between two teammates, and it will be a formation finish. And this one here between Fury and the Batman. Where is Middies? About to hit the Parabolica. We're going to flick up to our race leader right about now. There he is there. Through Parabolica for the last time. Middies, Mellor, I'll tell you what, this man's on a roll. Bang, bang, bang. Another victory. Middies wins at Monza. Fantastic P2 for the Verk. Great drive. Great drive, Verkster. Liam Ramsell in the end. What's he got? I'll tell you what. Has he nearly done it? Has he nearly done it? Z's hanging on. Z's hanging on. He's going to get 3 seconds. And, well, Liam, is he going to get a podium? Is he going to get a podium? Z's pushing. Z's pushing. Z's pushing. And I think Junior has just done it in the end. No, he hasn't. No, he has not. Z takes P3. Junior P4. Scotty P5. The Lukey boy P6 in the end. Fantastic race by you, Salmons. Mr. Fury Strat P8. P9, excuse me. Brad Tay P9. Fury P10. Anarchy Reaper 11th, of course. Dirty Orange 12th. Housey 13th. And that is it. I do apologise for the voice as it really starts to die. And, well, thank you for watching. Oh, my God. We'll get through this one, folks. Just bear with us. Arguably the greatest podium in Formula One, folks, overlooking the Tifosi. That's what you want, and that is absolutely what you want. There you go. Middies won this one, but how good is it? Absolutely brilliant. But there you go. The game's DNF because he retired from the session at the end of the race. Oh, that's crazy. But nevertheless, folks, we'll go on a brief pause. We'll get back to you with the driver of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, we're back. We've got the drivers in, and my voice is cooked, but nevertheless, we push on. We'll start off with our third place man, one of our drivers of the day. Woo! We talk about the Z. Oh, what a battle between you and Junior. In the end, you got the chocolates. He had that 3-second time penalty extra over you. And, well, I'll tell you what a Grand Prix and joint driver of the day too, might I add. Fantastic from the Z. Good to see you fire back up, mate. Well done.
Cheers, bro. Cheers. Just rest your voice, you poor bugger. So, no, it was a really good race. I qualified really well. I probably made a bit of a silly move and caused my own spin at turn 1. It was the moment where Luke and I were both going past Johnny M4 and we went 3 wide into turn 1. And 3 into 1 in that corner just doesn't go.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't.
So I unfortunately was on the outer grass side, and that is where I ended up. But yeah, no one was really to blame. I just was trying to be a bit too optimistic into that corner. So,
but a great fight back, Z, mate. I mean, you put your head down after that, and it was like, let's go, boys. And mate, you did fight your way through that field. It was awesome to watch, mate. You should be proud of that result. I'll tell you what, it looked like Monza looks like a bit of a fan favourite of yours, my friend.
Yeah, I've had some pretty good luck at Monza lately, to be fair. Yeah, I had a good wet race a couple of weekends ago. That turned out to be a winner for myself, so that was good. But no, I like Monza. It's the temple of speed. What can you say? It's an icon of Formula One. So if you don't like the track, it's it's on you. It
sounded like you wanted to say something more there, but he kept it PG. Very good from the absolutely.
I have control. No, shout out to Verk for the P2. Unlucky on the 2-stop strap between the front two. I went stop, which helped with the fight back through. But yeah, thank God Ramsell got the extra 3, and I know Luke was right behind me without any pens, and I think he finished not far behind me either. So I was trying to keep within that 3 and keep out of the 3 behind. So it was playing the management game, but it was good. It was a great little battle. Shout out to the grid as always. Definitely one of the best in the region.
Absolutely, mate, and we do appreciate that, Z, and well, love seeing you go about your business as well, mate, and fantastic Grand Prix. Joint driver of the day too, mate, so congratulations. That's another podium. Keep clocking them up, brother. Well done, Z, then. I'll tell you what, mate, firmly putting your foot down in that Group 2 championship, might I add as well, mate. JC missing, so you stretching your lead even more so with a wild card still to play, Z. It's looking good, mate.
Exactly. I'm optimistic, but at the same time, I'm realistic. We're only coming up to halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So it's every race.
Love the level-headedness, Z. Love it. It's going to hold you in good stead, mate. Great job, P3 joint driver of the day. Well done, Z.
Cheers, brother. And yeah, thanks for the comms. It was amazing as always, even though your voice
I struggled. I didn't think it was. Anyway, thanks, mate.
Cheers, brother.
No worries. I'll tell you what, we'll go to our second place man. Last year's champ, folks. Last year's champ. Oh, we speak of none other than the Verks. And I'll tell you what, Verks, that was a great race. And not too sure if you're happy with that P2, but that extra stop, those hards weren't going to make it.
No, well, I tried something different. I thought if I could just be very aggressive and use as much tyre as I could on all 3 of them compounds, I could, salvage a win maybe, but unfortunately didn't come to it. I was pretty hopeful in that second stint. I think I get middies by about 10 and a half seconds, so
yeah,
it was all looking up, and then just unfortunately didn't have the pace on the meds, and I mean I'll take the P2, but P1's what I wanted, but and move on to next week.
That's it, mate. That's it. And you know it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you've just got to be there. You also know that you've got that wild card in your back pocket, mate. That is where you can make up a whole heap of ground. And looking forward to seeing how this season plays out, folks. Of course, yes, the championship tables, as we did touch on, and we do touch on every week regarding the wild card, can be a little bit obscure, a little bit obscure if that word came out. And well, there you go. Like I said, Wonka Racing, the only one who have played their wild card. The rest of them yet to play it. It is double points that weekend, folks, but it is double penalties as well. So you got to be on your best behaviour. And well, these boys do anyway, week in, week out. But nevertheless, Ferk, another podium for you, mate. And, well, I'll tell you what, a whole heap of points coming your way, considering, well, it could have been a big zero. I'll tell you what, weren't expected to be here. But last minute, put your hand back up and said, yes, I'm back in. And, well, a whole heap of good, healthy points coming your way, where it could have been a big donut, mate. So, very, very good. You should be proud of your efforts. And, well, P2 is nothing to sneeze at.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I saw poor old Bop. He checked out, so I changed my plans because I didn't want to have two cars out for the week. So
there you go. There you go. He's doing the Group 1 team seniority. Pulled the sleeves up and said, "I've got to get stuck in." Absolutely brilliant from you.
Plan on taking quite a fair few titles this season.
What was that? Sorry, mate.
Monster's looking at quite a few chips this season.
Well, I mean, you can't count your chickens before they've hatched, those and that's the main thing.
Get hold of those wonkers and that middies, and we'll be right.
Well, I mean, you were saying just before with your own driver interview, we're keeping a lid on it, 1 week at a time, all that crap, and
hey, you've got to do a little bit of scaffolding here and there.
No, absolutely brilliant, Z. Absolutely brilliant. But looking forward to, excuse me, to see this season play out. M4 in the chat saying he was fuming. 10-second penalty, yeah, absolutely, for a lockup. And then he got disconnected. So there you go. Bad luck, mate. We'll see you next week, though, Johnny. Of course, yes, we will be at Suzuka, Japan. And, well, looking forward to that one there. I tell you what, folks, we're going to end this one before my voice dies and goes kaput. But thank you very much for watching. I do apologise for the voice. We will be back next week. Same time, same channel. Thank you very much for watching. We are Southern Cross Racing. Goodbye.